Just like bleeding clots, the bonus is here and they're bringing the attack. Time to panic and bust and rot.
Well, I am neither Bubba Duke nor OMD. I am Chris Best. I am going to be doing Brace for Impact tonight. Just to help out my friends at the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. Ladies and gentlemen, let's get this started off. We're going to do a quick little recap of what happened last week. The opening match did see Jody Threat win a gauntlet match to become the #1 contender for the Knockouts World title. For that, I've just got to say right now, JC Jane's title is in trouble. The next match here, just going to scroll through these long notes that I found online here. We had one Frankie Kazarian defeating Jake something. Honestly, I didn't really have an opinion going into this match last week. Frankie Kazarian is a wrestler that I do enjoy. He defeated Jake something. Jake something is another wrestler that I really am enjoying as well. And I'm curious as to where this is going. Like what is going on with Kazarian as well. We're going to find that out here in just a couple of moments. Going to scroll down here a little bit further. And I can't find where the main event notes start. So where are they? Anyways, Order 4 ended up defeating Matt Cardona and his crew. And I do remember that match. And I've just got to say, what a heck of a match that was, guys. Totally enjoyable. The Hardys also running into Mara Sade in the back. Cedric Alexander got himself a partner. And we're going to take a look at that. The matches that are going on tonight. We've got Eric Young going up against Myron Reed. This is going to be a hell of a matchup. The Inspiration will also be in tag team action as they take on NXT's Fatal Influence. I am actually looking forward to this one here. I love watching The Inspiration. I am actually very much enjoying Fatal Influence, and it's almost like we're seeing two of the same teams take on one another, and I'm very intrigued to see how this one turns out. The Hardys will be in tag team action as well as they take on, as I just mentioned, Cedric Alexander and Leon Slater. I expect this one to be high flying, pun intended, impact here. We also got Mara Sade. I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing that name right, taking on Tasha Steelz of Order 4. I get a feeling there's going to be a little bit of revenge coming out of this matchup. A little bit of revenge. And what I think could be the main event tonight, Mike Santana and Steve Macklin teaming up to take on Trick Williams and AJ Francis. I've not been the biggest fan of AJ Francis, but the stuff he's doing in TNA, is actually kind of making me turn around on him a little bit there. So I am completely looking forward to this here, guys, as we are getting set for TNA to start off live here, right here on Brace for Impact. They're showing right now the last little bit of TNA in 60, and I guess they showed a Jeff Jarrett Kurt Angle match from Bound for Glory 4 with Mick Foley as the referee. but I am 110% looking forward to doing this. This is only my second time doing this show, guys. I did it once with Bubba. This is my first time hosting the show on my own. I appreciate every one of you guys out there. Thank you all for tuning in and taking the time to check it out here. So don't blame me if I do mess up on some of the wrestlers' names. I'm still learning TNA a little bit here. But right now, we are looking at a promo package to start the show off here, talking about how this tag team matchup between uh, Truck Williams, AJ Francis, Steve Macklin, and I already forgot who else. Mike Santana is coming into play here. And this is all because obviously Mike Santana is looking to get a title shot. We've also are taking a look at what happened at NXT Heatwave. Masha Slamovich was the TNA representative going after the NXT Women's Championship. Oh, I'm sorry, the TNA title. I thought JC Jane still held it, but I'm sorry. Ash by Elegance did win the belt. So it's Ash by Elegance that's going to be dealing with Jody Threat, and again, Ash by Elegance. I'm sorry, you're in trouble. In the Chesapeake Arena in Baltimore, Maryland, is where we will be. Where the show is taking place tonight. Right off the get go, Mike Santana is making his way to the ring here. I guess this is our opening match, guys. Mike Santana and Steve Macklin teaming up to take on Trick Williams and AJ Francis here. I really thought that this would be the main event, but no, we are beginning with a bit of a bang here. And here comes Steve Macklin making his way to the ring here. Sorry, I got entranced by Santana's entrance there. He is the TNA International Champion, Steve Macklin, making his way down there. And of course, Matthew Ruhalt and Tom Hannafin, our announcers for tonight. And here comes the member of First Class, AJ Francis, coming out. And his tag team partner, the TNA heavyweight champion, NXT's own Trick Williams, making his way to the ring right now. This is a match, a tag team that kind of makes sense given what what Trick Williams' character kind of is, and what AJ Francis's character is right now. And I do like the pairing of Macklin and Santana as well. I expect this match to be a little bit on the. Oh, right. The Hardys and Leon Slater and Cedric Alexander could very well be the main event as well. And of course, they're talking about Myra Sade versus Tasha Steelz coming up. But right now, Ash by Elegance is going to be as well making an appearance as well. But right now, Trick Williams has got Macklin down on the mat here. Oh, jeez. Hard elbow from Macklin. They're knocking Trick Williams down to the ground. It's interesting that we're beginning this match with two champions here. If you'll just Santana in the ring now. This is the confrontation I've been looking forward to in this matchup here, because I feel like Santana is going to be the guy who could very well take that TNA title off of AJ Francis, but Trick Williams quit. Well, I meant to say Trick Williams, but Trick Williams tagged AJ Francis, and now it's going to be Mike Santana and AJ Francis brawling it out here. And AJ's a big dude, so if I'm Santana, I'd want to do anything and everything I can to make sure this big dude stays on the ground here. Yeah, Superman punch there by Santana. That might do the trick. AJ Sanchez putting that weight to his advantage there. And over the top clothesline, Santana has just taken out. Oh, Trick Williams trying to get involved. Macklin getting involved. All four men now getting involved in this matchup here. And Santana, oh yeah, Santana's looking for a dive. Both both AJ Francis and Trick Williams are down on the mat. The crowd is just on fire for this one right now. Oh, not even a one count as Santana tried to pin Francis there. But I think he got to do a little bit more than what Santana has been doing to try and keep this big guy down on the mat. Oh, AJ Francis looking for a choke slam? No, choking him and throwing him into the corner, but eating a foot of his own there. Tornado DDT by Santana, very nicely executed. Oh, clubbing blow to the back. Santana was just starting to get on a bit of a roll, but AJ Francis stopping him dead in his tracks there. Now Trick Williams is coming in when Santana's all beaten up. Oh, just Francis just got tagged back in, and that hard forearm just Francis or Mike Santana's in a bit of trouble right now as Francis and Trick are just operating like a well-oiled machine here and doing the type of thing that I would do in a tag team match, and that's cutting Steve Macklin off. Like right now, Santana has no way to get Macklin because he's trapped in the corner of Trick Williams and AJ Francis here. Now Macklin on the other side, he's got to be wondering, like he's got to be trying to figure out like what does he have to do to ensure that Santana can get out of this situation, if there is even anything he can do. Now AJ Francis coming in as we saw Santana trying to get out of the situation, but the blind tag by Francis. Oh, look at that. Santana just got out of it. Francis, I think, was looking for a back suplex, but Santana rolled through it and ended up getting to Macklin. Now Macklin is in the ring, hitting him with that high knee. And we're going to a commercial break right now, folks. So while we're in commercial break, why don't we just show you guys exactly what we've got going on with the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program.
A Turnbuckle Affiliation Program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, video games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
That's right, folks. It's all at turnbucklestudios.org. If you want to find out all the latest programming, turnbucklestudios.org is the place to go. If you want to go there and find out about joining our squad, all you got to do is go to the Meet the Team section, whether you want to meet up with myself, OMD, Carl Carafel, Chris Parrish, or even Bubba Duke. Turnbucklestudios.org is the place to go. Right now, we are still in a commercial. So even while you're online, I know you guys like to do a little bit of that online shopping here. All you've got to do is go to tnamerch.com or tnawrestling.com. From there, you'll be able to purchase all of your favorite TNA wrestlers' favorite apparel. As right now, just looking at that commercial there. And you know what? While you're online doing some online shopping, go to carlcareful.redbubble.com. From there, you'll be able to purchase any kind of merchandise that is with the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. Whether it's you want to buy a hoodie with the Brace for Impact logo on it, or if you want a throw pillow with Saturday Night Gaming on it, carlcarefel.redbubble.com is the place to go. And we are back to the action here as Macklin and AJ Francis are still in the ring. Oh, Jesus. Big back suplex from Macklin there, getting the big man up and over and down onto the mat like that. Macklin's strength, he impresses me week in and week out. But you cannot count out AJ Francis at all, as Trick Williams just distracted Macklin. AJ Francis picked him up, threw him off the turnbuckle, then gave him an avalanche splash in the corner there. And there is a promo code for everybody to use tonight to get 1 month free. Use the promo code of this is 1 month of free of TNA Plus. Use the promo code Victory Road or Victory 25. There's also a QR code on the screen that was on the screen too, should you want to do it that way. AJ Francis just completely dominating this matchup right now. Macklin is now the one in a lot of trouble, in a lot of the same trouble that Santana was in earlier, but Macklin trying his hardest to fight out of the corner right now. But all Francis did was all AJ Francis had to do was throw him back and give him a squash. Now, here's my problem with Francis. This is one thing I'm noticing he's doing a lot, as he just ate a knee, tagged in Trick Williams at the same time. Macklin did, I should say, and now. But the problem I'm having with Francis in this match is he's taunting a little bit too much. And I got to say the same thing for Trick Williams. A little bit of too much taunting could get you into some trouble there. And now we're getting some double teaming right now. Trick Williams, the height that Trick Williams seems to get on those drop kicks just amazes me. Trick kind of makes me think of like a modern day Booker T, and that's not a bad thing actually. But Macklin trying to fight out of this submission hold that AJ Francis has got. I thought he was going for a two-handed chokeslam, but he picked him up and just clocked him with that forearm shot. Go to the well too many times there, Francis, with that splash there, and look what it got you. Got him a foot to the face and a missile drop kick. And here comes Santana, and here comes Trick Williams. Santana, hot tag here, cleaning house right now with Trick Williams. Oh, but Trick on the fight back right now. A flying clothesline for him, Santana. This is if you're on Trick's side, guys, this is not what you want Santana to be doing. Santana's got a bunch of momentum coming into this this fight right now. And I believe that if he can pin Trick Williams here tonight, I got to think that Santana will definitely be asking Santino Marella for that championship match. If that isn't the case already, I'm not too certain as to what's going on at the pay-per-view. But speaking of what's going on Brace for Impact, ladies and gentlemen, OMD is in the house.
Yes. And it's about time for everybody here to feel the impact of OMD's presence. How are we doing tonight, Mr. Best?
I'm very entertained and very, 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 very happy with some events that happened today.
Okay. Well, I see it seems as though we started off hot with the show tonight.
Yeah, I thought this was going to be the main event.
I can understand why.
And I was actually, prior to you coming in, I was remarking to everybody just how impressed I've been with AJ Francis lately.
Yeah. It's one of those things that, we see it with these former WWE superstars who have gone to Impact and gone to TNA, and just how much they have improved in the past year and a little bit.
Yeah, and as we're just seeing right now, Mike Santana just got the pin on Trick Williams. And I don't know if this is happening or not, but is Santana getting a title shot against Trick?
I believe so. I just don't know when.
Okay, if that's not the case, I was saying, like, before you came in, if Santana got the pin on Trick, he goes to Santino and says, look, I want a title match.
Yeah, and he absolutely should.
Mm-hmm.
He's already taken being the new face of TNA from the former Josh Alexander, who is no longer there. We know that Joe Hendry is in a contract year, so with that coming up, you need somebody that is TNA homegrown to do this.
Yeah, and on the flip side, too, on the Steve Macklin side, I can 100% see AJ Francis going after the international title.
Yep.
But right now, we've got Cedric Alexander and why is his name escaping me again?
That is Leon Slater.
Thank you. Slater. I'll just remember Slater. Remember, backwards chair sitting down, Slater.
There you go.
But yeah, so last week, Cedric Alexander was looking for a partner to take on the Hardys, and Leon Slater ended up stepping up.
What actually happened wasn't that they were looking to take on the Hardys. It was that Leon Slater had approached Cedric a couple of weeks ago and wanted a tag with him.
Oh, okay.
So Cedric went and got the match against the Hardys, who have spent a lot of time working with Leon Slater over the past few months.
While this promo is going on, I have a drink in my hand that I do not recommend because it does not taste good. It's called Mass. It's a drink by Lionel Messi.
Okay.
Doesn't taste good. I got it for free, but it doesn't taste good.
Right.
But I expect that this is going to be the main event.
Yes.
And Mara Sade versus Tasha Steelz. Obviously, they're looking for a little bit of revenge for what the Order 4 did last week.
Yes.
Ash by
Yes.
Elegance, our new TNA Women's Champion or Knockouts Champion, is going to be showing up as well.
Yes. Did you ever think that you would see Ash by Elegance, the former Dana Brooke, with a world title on her shoulder?
Given the way her character has been on TNA, yes. I fully expected that, but at the same time, I worry for who her next opponent is. I don't worry for the opponent, I worry for her. Jody Threat is her next opponent.
Right.
Jody Threat won the #1 contendership in the gauntlet match last week.
Yes, she did. Yes, she
And-
did, but not in the way she wanted to. So I can somehow see that not going Jody's way to lead to her next rivalry.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it did end in nefarious manners, and it ended up with her having to pin her friend Indy Hartwell because they're doing this whole thing where they're friends, right?
Yep.
But while we're in commercial break, I might as well tell you why I'm extremely happy today.
Please do.
I had a phone call from I called my cell phone provider today to take care of some business.
Right.
More or less trying to square up how I can take care of my bill, because as I've told you off stream, I'm behind on my bill.
Right.
We got that squared away. We got that figured out. Then they were like, I asked if there were any special offers that are going on right now that I can take advantage of. So she gave me a list of offers. I'm like, well, I heard one about your streaming offers. Let me hear about those ones. She's like, today and today only, I can give you 6 months free of Netflix, Disney Plus, Prime Video, and Telus TV.
Wow.
So I'm like, let's do it.
Yeah. No kidding.
Yeah. So I don't have to pay for Netflix.
Right.
I'm getting WWE for free for 6 months.
Nice. Somebody's roaring outside my window.
OMD's once again reporting to us from Bristol Speedway.
That's right. Hey, that is my favorite short track oval in NASCAR.
Mine too. Why do you think I keep mentioning it? Every time when I used to play the NASCAR video games, now that they don't exist, every time when I did it, when I would do a NASCAR season, every time Bristol came up, I could be finishing the track before, and I see Bristol, I'm like, I got to keep playing. I got to play Bristol. So you know what this? Oh, by the way, going back to this is the biggest news, by the way. Bubba, if you're listening, you're going to love what I have to say as well. There's a sale on the PlayStation Plus, on the PlayStation Store for $45. WWE 2K25, the Deadman Edition. Because of what I did, because of my being able to make the arrangements to pay my phone bill and saving myself 6 months of Netflix and all the streaming services, I will be able to buy the game tomorrow.
Nice.
I
have actually just found out this afternoon as well that is on for about the same price on the Xbox store.
Yeah. That means this Wednesday, guys, the PlayStation Showcase, WWE 2K25.
There we go.
I wanted it for the PlayStation Plus because I did want to do an episode of it.
Yeah.
Or but that $45 for the Deadman Edition, why not?
Yeah.
The regular price for the Deadman Edition, by the way, is $130.
Wow.
And for those that don't know, there's 3 different editions of 2K25. There's the standard edition, which is just a standard game. Nothing comes with it. The Deadman Edition comes with a couple of different Undertakers, the Wyatt 6-pack, the Season Pass, 15,000 VC, which is your in-game currency to buy unlockables, and that's it. And that's all I need. But then the higher tier, which is the Bloodline Edition, includes everything plus several other like Bloodline DLC wrestlers. And I don't really need that one because I know for a fact that you can actually purchase the Bloodline guys separately at another time.
Right.
But we're looking at last week with Eric Young and I'm
Myron
sorry,
Reed.
thank you. I'm still learning some of these wrestlers in TNA, so I'm glad you're here with me.
Not a problem. Not a problem.
They have a match tonight. They have a match what looks like right now.
Yes. And Myron Reed, although Eric Young has referred to him as a fill-in, and when Trey Miguel comes back, he's out. Myron Reed was actually brought in the place of the former Desmond Xavier, who we now know as Wes Lee.
Yes.
This is a new look for EY.
Yeah, I was gonna say, where's his two other guys from the Northern Armory?
Yeah, I don't know where. Travis Williams and I can't remember the other guy's name offhand. And yes, ladies and gentlemen, I did almost say Travis Scott. So
yeah. Okay, so this is the weird thing when I think of when I see the Northern Armory coming out with him. I just think of them as the two Casey Jones because they wear Casey Jones masks when they come to the ring.
yes, well, even Eric Young was doing that for a long time since his return.
Mm-hmm.
So, but I do want to give a shout out to Ski Knife, who's saying, "What's up? Good evening, Ski Knife. Well, Ski Knife, welcome to the show. Thank you for joining. We are here discussing all of the goings on tonight's TNA Impact."
Yeah, and once again, just to all the viewers, I apologize if I seem like a fish out of water because I know I've been watching TNA for the better part of 2 years, but I'm still trying to grasp all the wrestlers, what we could say.
Absolutely, because like it is so vastly different from the WWE and what we are used to.
Mm-hmm. Here's the thing with that. There was a spot in that tag team match, right, where Santana did the dive over the rope. Macklin pulled the rope down onto AJ Francis and Trick Williams. My brain was like, okay, here's where we go to commercial. They didn't go to commercial.
Right?
I'm like, wait a minute, this is TNA programming, not WWE programming. I've got to get out of that mindset.
Yes. And I don't know if you know, I'm sure you know this, but Steve Macklin is a former WWE superstar as well.
I've read that he spent time in NXT, if I'm not mistaken.
He was in NXT. He was also on the main roster.
I don't remember him being on the main roster.
He was Brandon Cutler, and he was a forgotten son alongside Jackson Riker.
Yeah, that's why I don't remember, because I don't remember the Forgotten Son stable.
Right.
The only thing I can remember about that stable was like, okay, Aces and Eights ripoff, or are they just trying to rip off Sons of Anarchy? And I was kind of hoping it would work, and I think it could even work today. And I'm gonna use an NXT superstar who I think could be good for that in Josh Briggs.
Yes.
He looks like a guy who could be a biker.
Yep. I think what it was with the Forgotten Sons was because the three of them, and I don't remember the third one right now offhand, because they were all former military and veterans.
Yeah,
That's where the Forgotten Sons came, because they were sort of left to their own.
And there actually is. Oh, geez, Sorry, seeing that dive there onto EY there. Gee,
Yes.
he cleared that top rope like it was nothing.
Oh yes.
And for EY's age, look at the way he moves.
Oh yeah.
It amazes me.
That's that good old-fashioned Canadian grit and that Nashville home cooking.
Cannot deny Nashville style cooking, by the way.
No, you can't.
But the one thing that Myron's got to look out for, because EY's that wily veteran, and as we saw, he raked the eyes of Myron before getting that would look like a DVD to me.
Yes.
So one thing that Myron's got to look out for is exactly what EY is doing right now, and that's doing everything he can to get the win, whether it's cheating, using some sort of nefarious tactics when the referee's looking, i.e., pulling the hair, raking the eyes, raking the back.
Yes.
It's the one thing that you've got to watch out for with EY.
Yes. There was a lot of focus on a sign in the crowd saying the cleanse is coming. And this is something that EY has tried to do a number of times over the years, whether it was Violence by Design, his group with Cody Deaner, when he returned as the world-class maniac. And the one thing that I admire truly about Eric Young is that for all of those years that he spent as a fan in that sort of cowardly guy, even though he was a baby face, to becoming Super Eric and those cheesy gimmicks, now he has truly embraced this whole aggressive, vicious heel side of himself.
Yeah, I kind of liken Eric Young to Chris Jericho. Jericho, whenever he knew something wasn't working, or something had stopped working as far as his storylines go, or even if it was at its peak, Jericho knew when it was time for him to change the character, and he kept himself relevant in that sense. EY is doing the same thing here.
Absolutely.
I'll tell you, one of my most favorite Eric Young matches is a match that I'm pretty sure a lot of people would have forgotten about by now. His match with Larry Zbyszko.
Yes.
Zbyszko, for everybody who doesn't remember, Zbyszko was kind of like this this tyrant of a general manager on TNA, and he bullied EY up and down and just put EY in a lot of embarrassing situations, a lot of stuff that would automatically you would see Eric Young's going to lose, for whichever match he was getting put into. Finally, somebody had enough. I think it was EY who finally stood up and challenged him. They had the match. I can't remember what pay-per-view was at. That's the only thing.
Right.
And EY finally getting that win. And it was just so emotional for me at that time because I'm like, you know me, my favorite wrestlers are typically the underdog guys.
Yeah.
That's why I absolutely love Eric Young still.
Yes.
I don't view him as an underdog today, but I still love him.
Absolutely.
I thought Eric Young got the win there.
So did I.
No, you don't want to do that, EY. You don't want to do that. But no, when he got that win, I'm like, yes, finally. And as much as I loved Larry Zbyszko, I really wanted to see him get his butt kicked.
Yep. And EY does pick up the victory.
That was a very vicious looking pile driver, by the way.
Yes, it was.
Oh, that's how he got it. I didn't see that part. He low blowed and then hit the pile driver.
Yeah, it sort of looked as though when he did that Myron had caught it, and then from my vantage point, it looked like
Myron had caught the kick as opposed to collapsing over and
yes, or no assistance from the Northern Armory either.
And I don't think we needed the Northern Armory to come out in this situation.
No.
But we're looking at exactly how Jody Threat became the number one contender here. And it's all because of Danny Luna here.
Yes.
And I get a feeling like I had talked about like having fear for Ash by Elegance, but Jody Threat may have to go through Danny Luna on this road to the match that she's supposed to get.
Oh, yes. Her former partner and former Knockouts Tag Team Champion.
Mm-hmm. And I 100% expect a brawl on the levels of Rusev and Sheamus between these two women.
Yes. And I am really impressed that, Danny Luna for coming over as part of a trio known as Subculture with Mark Andrews and Flash Morgan Webster is still the one standing tall in TNA.
It honestly doesn't surprise me because knowing what I know of Danny Luna and her on the independent circuit, I kind of expected that she was going to be that woman, that standout star.
Right. And see, I didn't because I didn't know a lot about her prior to coming, but then, what they allowed us to see was this girl who had a fire, but wasn't really there. They only ever let us see the green aspect of her.
Yeah. But I was also thinking to myself, I think there's another woman that would as we're looking at Ash by Elegance and she's coming up next, there is another woman who I think is going to try and interject herself into this women's title, knockouts title scene. And that's Masha Slamovich.
I would agree with you, except that I think because Masha got pinned, I think that was sort of it. Let her try and establish. I approach this with, when it's somebody who has been in the title picture for 6-8 months to a year, let them take that backseat and build their way back up. You've got the Indy Hartwells who are there now, Jody Threat, Danny Luna, who have been, tag teaming, and then now into this. You can build this around them now. You've got the Inspiration who have just come back.
Yeah, but I can 100% see, let's say Jody Threat wins the title. I can 100% see Masha Slamovich and Danny Luna having a number one contenders match to see who goes after her.
100%. I can absolutely see that.
But right now, as we're in commercial break right now, let's play our commercials one more time for everybody at home to see.
Let's do it.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
And if you
And
want
with
any
that-
more, go ahead.
Sorry, I was going to say, and with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, now that you know what we have going on here, now that you know we want your help, take a trip over to turnbucklestudios.org. If you want to get your break in content creation, help out behind the scenes, or even a collab, let us know. Email us. There's a section to meet the team, including Chris Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Chris Parrish, and the Godfather, Carl Carafel. Check out links from our latest episodes and just let us know what you want to do. While you're online, Mr. Best, is there some shopping you want them to do?
Sure, if you're a huge fan of TNA Wrestling, why not head on over to TNA Merch or TNAWrestling.com. You will be able to purchase your favorite wrestler's shirt or whatever. If you like Xia Brookside, get yourself a Xia Brookside shirt. If you like some Joe Hendry, do what I want to do and get a Joe Hendry shirt. TNA Merch is the place to do that. But there's also some further online shopping that we want you to do. And OMD, I'm going to send this one over to you.
That is, ladies and gentlemen, while you're online, whether it's at Turnbuckle Studios or TNA Merch, head on over to carlcarafel.redbubble.com and get everything Turnbuckle affiliation program related. Stuff from all of our shows, stuff from us. Do we autograph it? No. But if you ask nicely, mate, we just might. carlcarafel.redbubble.com.
I gotta say, with this whole Ash by Elegance thing, I used to be annoyed by this concierge dude. I'm not so much annoyed by him anymore. I actually find him to be a little bit on the comedic side. I'm starting to enjoy him.
Oh, the personal concierge is absolutely hilarious.
He trying to remember the character's name. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna look him up here. He's a character on Modern Family. Not one of the main characters.
Okay.
Because I know all the main characters. The one gentleman who's always friends with Cam and Mitch. You've watched the show, right?
I've watched the show. I just don't remember who it is.
I'm gonna look for him here. Because I've got a list of like all of the characters here. Oh, Pepper, the character Pepper.
Oh, yes.
He totally reminds me of Pepper. And my cat keeps looking at me because I said her name 3 times.
Right? As we have Fatal Influence, Jasmine Nix and Fallon Henley making their way to...
Oh. So that is their tag team matchup with The Inspiration. This is the tag match I've been looking forward to tonight because I'm a huge fan of The Inspiration.
Aren't we all?
I won't lie. For the longest time, I will admit I was not the biggest fan of Billie Kay as she was known in WWE.
Right.
But her partner, on the other hand, who's her WWE name escapes me right now.
Cassie Lee.
Cassie Lee, yes.
Or sorry, Peyton Royce.
Yeah, Cassie Lee in TNA, but Peyton Royce in WWE. I absolutely love her as both a person and a wrestler. One of my favorite things that she's done, and I'm probably gonna forever knock her for this, but she did a TikTok cooking video and asked Gordon Ramsay to roast her, and Gordon Ramsay did, and she just took it with great stride, and it was awesome.
It was. I do have to admit, I am still not used to seeing Jessica McKay as a blonde.
Yeah, I'm still trying to get used to her as well. Because I've only known her with the black hair, right?
Right.
Speaking of changing looks, I managed to finally get my character on Breakpoint to the way I like him.
Nice.
It took me a while, but I did it. Because there was actually a surprising amount of customization options that I didn't realize I unlocked when we were playing last night.
Okay.
But we're in for one heck of a tag team match here. I'm looking forward to this one, mostly because just Jessica McKay here
Yes.
has greatly improved in the ring, in my personal opinion. I always thought that Peyton Royce Cassie Lee was the far better wrestler between the two of them.
100%.
And honestly, like before she left the WWE, I was actually starting to come around on her with that whole handing out her resume to the GM's gimmick that she
Yep.
was doing.
Yep. Yeah, that was a great shtick.
I really would have liked to have seen her be the foil to, or not necessarily the foil, but maybe the assistant to Adam Pearce. I think that dynamic would have worked.
It would have, I think, though, that after they did, because I can't remember if that was before or after the Sonya Deville thing.
Oh yeah, because they basically handed the character off to Sonya after Billy had left.
Okay, so it was after.
Yeah.
So then they wanted to do that again with Kiana James. So I think that trying to do that with, I mean, the granted Adam Pearce was running 2 shows at that time as opposed to just running Raw. So it would have made it a little bit easier, but to do that with 3 different people at 3 different times, I think would have been a little bit much. And basically,
yeah, but I'm saying if it was just her though, can you imagine if she became like the concierge, for lack of a better term, to Chelsea Green?
I would have loved that.
Yeah. But right now, these women tearing down the house right now in the ring.
Oh, of course they are. I am inspired and influenced.
There's still a bit of surrealness I'm seeing when I see Jasmine Nix right now with the submission hold on Cassie.
Right?
And I know that we've had this NXT TNA deal for the better part of the year. It still feels very surreal, especially when last night I watched the WWE's UK tour, and they did a show. I can't remember what city it was in, but Joe Hendry. I watched Joe Hendry wrestle The Miz.
Manchester.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, I mean, you're talking about it, and I mean, we are seeing it right here.
Mm-hmm.
What about the inspiration if they were to go to NXT, do a match, get the opportunity to then challenge for the WWE Women's Tag Team Championships?
I 100% would love to see that. I would love to see Alexa and Charlotte come over to TNA. I would like to see them bounce between all 4. We'll say brands for TNA just for this sentence.
Right.
But I would love to see them bounce between all 4 brands, because that women's title is supposed to be an all 3 brand thing.
It is.
But it lately hasn't been. And I know that there's a lack of contenders on NXT, although there is one tag team contender that I think would be a very viable challenger, and that's Sol Ruka and Zarya.
Yes.
Over on the TNA side, I can 100% see the inspiration being challengers. I can see our current TNA Knockouts Women's Champions, the Ash by Elegance brand, being contenders.
Yes.
Conspicuous by her absence, though. No JC Jane.
No, she is not there tonight.
And again, my WWE mind is thinking she could still very well show up.
She could.
But do the Inspiration have anybody like in their pocket that could help them out at all?
They do, and that would be Mara Shade, which would then lead to her match with Tasha Steelz.
Okay, so that's another way you can get to that match, but I mean that match has already been scheduled, so
Yes. But when the Inspiration returned and they got put into a 6-woman tag right off the bat, they brought out a mystery partner, that being Mara Shade.
yeah.
So
Correct me if I'm wrong. Mara Shade, she was in NXT recently, right?
she was
Lash Legends partner. That's what I thought.
Jakara Jackson.
Yeah. I for some reason I still confuse the two, and I know that there's a very distinct difference between the two because Lash Legend is much bigger in height.
Yes.
That's got to be it. Wow.
And it is.
Jasmine Nix taking the pinfall again. And I say again because she's been taking the loss a lot lately for Fatal Influence.
She has. She really reminds me of Sami Zayn for Roman Reigns against Drew McIntyre.
Mm-hmm. And there's been already hints of disillusionment, I guess, for Jasmine Nix because she's been getting blamed a lot lately for a lot of things that have been going wrong with Fatal Influence. Like JC Jane blamed her for the TNA title loss.
Yes.
But right now, Indy Hartwell, she suffered some bruising, but she is cleared.
Yes.
This is the weekly TNA injury report. JDC of the system. Oh, he's out.
Yes.
With a head injury from the attack from the Order 4, the Order 4 last week.
Yes, that was Agent Zero.
Yeah, the guy who looks like a thinner version of Big Cass.
Yeah.
And Cedric Alexander has been cleared. Everybody in the tag match are actually cleared and good to go.
Yes. That's a new add to the injury report, is doing that.
Not gonna lie, I kind of like that they do that injury report.
Yeah. Trick on the phone yelling at somebody.
I couldn't quite catch all of what he said though. Oh, his lawyer. Who's his lawyer?
I don't know.
That's they said Trick Williams' lawyer, Myra Shade and Tasha Steelz up next. This is a knockout heavy show, and I'm here for it.
Yes, oh, absolutely. And I don't know how much you know about Tasha Steelz, but she can deliver.
I know very little about her. Like literally, I learned about her this afternoon and read up on as much as I could on her.
So she is a former Knockouts champion.
I remember that.
A former Knockouts tag team champion.
Mm-hmm.
She was actually trained, because she is Puerto Rican. I believe she actually was trained by Savio Vega.
Savio told me that, actually.
So there you go. So yes, she is. Early on, she really reminded me of a Sasha Banks style character with the way she went about her business. She
Okay.
has come so far from that and incorporated the fiery Puerto Rican heritage,
Mm-hmm.
and even becoming the, as she calls herself, the Boricua badass.
I like that. I like that name. You know what, though? Now that I think about it, I do remember watching her wrestle in Savio's promotion some years ago.
Right. Although she's never had the opportunity to wrestle in NXT or the WWE, she did also have a brief tenure in AEW.
It seems like, and I don't want to knock the women's division in AEW any more than they've already been knocked, but it seems like a lot of women had just had like a cup of coffee and they were out of there.
Yeah.
Kylie Ray, who's a part of WWE now, is one
Yes.
example.
Yes, she was there. She didn't last very long. Then she went to TNA,
Mhm.
and that was where she just sort of like, nope, I need to take that step back.
She was and I can vouch for her on this one because I know what it's like. She suffered some bad anxiety. And like I said, I can vouch for her on that one because it's happened to me before. It's happened to me quite a few times where I've wanted to shut down and take a step away. But if you find the right support, your confidence will be back, and that's part of the reason why I'm happy she's in WWE on Evolve, because
Yes.
those supports are there for her in that company.
Yes.
Ooh, as we're looking at a trailer for a movie. Oh no, we're not looking at a trailer for a movie I want to see. There was a trailer for the movie Caught Stealing that
Oh,
I really
yes.
want to see that movie because it kind of reminds me of um Burn After Reading. It reminds me of that movie.
Okay. I'm really debating because today I found out that towards the end of October, for my personal musical taste, there is a huge 80s hair metal show coming to Kuwait.
You've got my attention.
Trickster, Enough's Enough, and Pretty Boy Floyd.
Those are deep cuts. Deep cuts from the metal scene of the 80s. Wow.
I found that out, and I haven't been able to get Fly High Michelle out of my head all day from Enough's Enough.
Jesus. Those are some massive deep cuts there. And
it's $25 to $30 a ticket.
we've got
And
Nick Nemeth's little brother in the ring.
yes, Ryan Nemeth about to do his My Big Brother.
He's getting over with that, by the way.
He is. Oh, he is.
That's right, guys. Next week, Nick Nemeth makes his long-awaited return. He's been out for quite some time now. Oh, what do we got here?
We have Eddie and Alicia Edwards of the System. Now, with the Nemeths, and I know that, we all know the history of what Nick did in WWE for close to 20 years as Dolph Ziggler. Would you like to see the Nemeths appear in NXT as a tag team and enter the Dusty Cup?
Hang on one second. Oh, okay. I thought my mute button lagged a little bit. As long as As long as Ryan Nemeth doesn't show up under his NXT name, which I think was like Briley Pierce or something like that.
Right.
I'd
No,
be
I
fine.
think he'd be showing up as Ryan Nemeth now.
Yeah.
Although I know it's funny because, like, when JDC made his appearance on NXT, they had him come out to Fandango music. When
Yeah, and that
Santino
Sorry.
goes, he gets his WWE theme.
Yeah. Oh. Was that Alicia Edwards that just slugged him?
No, it was Eddie.
Oh. I literally looked up and I saw Alicia pulling back from the hit, but that might have been. Oh, gee.
Oh,
We
we
got
are
an
getting
impromptu
in,
match.
but we do.
Go Eddie Edwards. I do like Ryan Nemeth, but I cannot deny Eddie Edwards. I've been a fan of the dude
No,
for
you
20
can't.
years.
Right?
Been a fan of him for like 20 years. So Eddie Edwards is a dude that when his contract with ROH came up and there was that whole deal, is he going to TNA? Is he going to WWE? I wanted him to go to WWE. I really did.
Yes, he and his partner at the time, Davey Richards, did have a tryout and they did do one match.
Mm-hmm. But
it just wasn't for them.
I feel like they would have put a massive injection into the tag team division at that time.
They would have.
But right now, Ryan Nemeth is resorting to some nefarious tactics to try and keep Eddie Edwards down. And just as I was saying about Eric Young earlier, that's probably what you got to do with a guy like Eddie Edwards as well, because Eddie's not above doing that either.
No, he's not. But as the system are slowly turning face, which really caught me off guard there a couple of weeks ago when I watched them come out and they were shaking everybody's hand on their way to the ring, and because it's something we haven't seen from Eddie or Moose, and I don't think I've ever seen it from a guy like Brian Myers.
Well, when he was Kurt Hawkins.
I don't remember him shaking people's hands and slapping five on the way to the ring.
You probably had to watch him in DSW as the Major Brothers with Zack Ryder then, because he did that a lot there. He was basically the Major Brothers. If you don't know, I take it you've never watched him in DSW, right?
No.
So when they were the Major Brothers in Deep South Wrestling, they were kind of like a mid 2000s version of the Rockers.
Okay.
So yeah, they came to the ring high-fiving everybody, doing all basically the Shawn Michaels, Marty Jannetty shtick when they came to the ring.
Right.
They kind of came across as dorks, in my opinion, but they were entertaining.
Right. They have actually, they did reunite for a long time and did win the TNA tag team titles as the major players.
Mm-hmm.
And they have actually been, even after feuding a little bit with the system, Matt Cardona has now also teamed with the system.
Mm-hmm.
In a 6-man tag team where it was him along with Brian.
Okay, so I know we make fun of Ryan and we always call him Nick's little brother, but when I was watching him in NXT, I remember thinking that there's still something there. But they just didn't let his character develop. And then when he went to AEW, I thought again the same thing. There was something there, but they didn't really let him develop.
When I saw him in AEW, I didn't see it. I literally, I was like, I saw the Hollywood hunk. I saw him come out and I'm just like, oh, it's Dolph's brother. And then you put him in, different factions with the same guys because he had a tag team partner in JD Drake, who he was part of the Workhorsemen with, as well as like a Hollywood hunk type group, not to play off of his name in that situation.
What I mean, like, is his in ring was starting to greatly slap him. Alicia, do it.
No, because he's trying to draw the disqualification.
This is true, but if Eddie can distract the referee, well, Alicia distracted him long enough for Eddie to recover.
Nice flapjack there from Eddie Edwards.
Beautiful. Those chops, though, I can feel them.
Right?
Like, even when, I don't want to knock his weight, but when Eddie was smaller, those chops from Eddie just, if you ever watched him in ROH delivering those chops, they rung through the 2300 arena or whichever arena they were in.
They did. And I'm going to pose this one to you again. If you want to go a fantasy booking, pure wrestling, and a technical match with the chops, Eddie Edwards and Gunther.
I still got to take Gunther's chops. I really do, because I feel my chest caving in every time Gunther delivers a chop.
And that was the Boston Knee Party.
And that's going to do it for our buddy Ryan.
Yes.
And I'm not talking Fozzy.
No. The one thing that really impresses me with over the last 5 years of watching Alicia, who came up as this timid little knockout who was, much like Eric Young, terrified to be in the ring against whoever.
Mm-hmm.
And she always struggled so mightily to see how far she has come and grown and developed her character.
It's a pleasure to see, isn't it?
It is.
Very much. Okay, so like you said, you saw her as like this timid woman who she was, I guess she was still kind of brave in whatever actions she still had to do, but was still like nervous and scared, right? That's how I see Thea Hale now. So imagine where Thea Hale's going to be in about 4 or 5 years.
Okay, so Santino coming in, laying some groundwork for next week.
Bring your A game, ultimate in hydration. I wonder where I can find this drink. I'm a hydration sports drink kind of person.
Right.
I'd like to see where I can find this drink. Use promo code TNA15 for 15% off of your order. Still to come, though, we've got that tag team match with Leon Slater, Cedric Alexander, and the Hardys. I expect total high flying action in this match. I don't know about you.
Oh yeah. Have you had the opportunity to watch Leon Slater wrestle?
Quite a few times. That's why I said the high flying stuff, because every time I've watched Leon Slater, especially I think it was a match he had with Ace Austin some months ago that I absolutely just adored.
Yes. And I'm gonna draw this comparison, and I mean, you know me, I'm not one for the high flyers. I'm more of the technical and the ground and pound.
Mm-hmm.
But Leon Slater versus Javon Evans.
Yes, take my money. That match with Obafemi, wow, that was a great match with
Yes, it
Javon
was.
Evans. when Javon Evans got launched out of the ring like Spike Dudley getting launched into the fourth row
Right?
by Bam Bam Bigelow, by the way, when Obafemi
Yes.
did that, I was just I felt concerned for Javon Evans. I had to go back and rewatch that spot several times over and just wow.
Yeah.
But once again, we are at another commercial break. So one more time, I'd like to play those commercials just again. Let's do it to it.
A Turnbuckle affiliation program is looking for more people. If you have passion level for pro wrestling, sports, videos games, or something else, then Turnbuckle Studios is the place to be. If you have ever wanted to pursue content creation and want to join our team, then we would love to have you. Check out turnbucklestudios.org or contact us by email today because your future is now, and we want you to tap in.
Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program bring you the week of streams. Monday nights you get the Locker Room Breakdown at 7 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Raw Patrol at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tuesday brings you the flagship show, Turnbuckle Talk, at 8:05 p.m. Eastern. Wednesday we play games with the PlayStation Showcase at 8 p.m. Eastern. Thursday we go TNA when we brace for Impact at 7:55 p.m. Eastern. Friday we secure all details as we answer the call for the SmackDown security detail at 8 p.m. Eastern. The weekend brings you Saturday Night Gaming at 8 p.m. Eastern. On Sundays be sure to catch the Chris Parrish podcast at 12:15 p.m. Eastern, followed by the Boar's Nest at 8 p.m. Eastern. Be part of the shows and join the chat every day.
All right, and ladies and gentlemen, once again, turnbucklestudios.org is the place to be to contact us. If you want your break in podcasting or content creation, want to potentially collab, you want to help us behind the scenes, there are no small parts. Meet the team, including Chris Best, myself, Bubba Duke, Chris Parrish, and the Godfather, Carl Carafel. Check out links and videos of our latest episodes from everything we have going on Turnbuckle Studios and the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program. turnbucklestudios.org.
Nice.
As we
And
are
they're
getting
showing
clips.
when. Yeah, they're
Yes,
showing
we are.
when Joe Hendry wrestled The Miz.
Yes.
This was actually a pretty good match for the 5 minutes that they wrestled, by the way.
Right. Wow, bit of an eerie sight to see there.
F you, Eric Young. Sorry, I still like him, but F you, because you took out my boy Joe Hendry. Look at the confidence just radiating off Tasha Steelz as she goes to the ring right now.
Right?
Just a look of determination right now.
Oh, yeah. And you will see, like, she is not the biggest woman, but she is truly one of the toughest.
And as we have announced, she is going to be taking on Mara Shade. And wow. You're absolutely right on that one. She is giving me Jacqueline vibes.
Jacqueline vibes. And even a predecessor to her in TNA, Rosita and Sarita, now known as, one of those was now known as Zelina Vega.
Yes. But here comes Marashade, who is still giving me Jakara Jackson vibes as she comes to the
Very
ring.
much so.
I'm actually surprised with her, and maybe it's because WWE owns the name, but I'm actually surprised that because she already wrestled in TNA as Jakara Jackson. I'm kind of
Yes.
surprised that they didn't allow her to just bring that name over to TNA.
Right. Right. And it is interesting, but maybe I think what it is again, one of those things that I see is when these people get released and they go elsewhere, and especially to a place like TNA where they can then probably go back and forth to NXT and have those interactions.
Mm-hmm.
It allows them to develop their in-ring. It allows them to develop who they are, what they want their character to do. And sometimes they don't want to be saddled with that previous name because
it could be a thing like they didn't like the name or something like that.
yeah.
But at the same time, she kind of built a brand with the name Jakara Jackson.
She did.
And if it were me, I'd want to continue with that name. And I know that you can shed that name and build a brand with both names. Bubba Ray managed to do it with his name, and Bully Ray. Devon
Yes.
on the flip side as well, with brother Devon and Devon Dudley.
Yep.
Not gonna lie, Marashade is showing me a thing or two, because I didn't really get to. Oh,
right. She just
knee.
pulled off a very nice wasteland, very Wade Barrett-esque.
Yeah, but I was saying, oh, those knees to the side of the head afterwards.
Yeah.
But no, she's because a lot of the time that we watched her as Jakara Jackson in NXT, she wrestled as a tag team with Lash Legend, so we didn't really get to see much of her in a one-on-one sense. So I'm kind of I feel like I'm re-experiencing her
Yes.
as a one-on-one wrestler here.
Well, and
By
you
the
know what?
way-
I say the same thing about Lash Legend in NXT is because she had been around,
Mhm.
but you really saw her struggling to work with
that
her size. Now she's learned how to work as a big woman. She has really come a long way.
that battle royal at WWE Evolution, when it came down to her in the final three, I was quite surprised and quite impressed with her performance,
Yes.
to the point where I thought she could win.
Yeah, well, absolutely. Was she not the last person eliminated by Stephanie Vaquer?
Yeah, I said the final three because I remember she was the one who threw out Nikki Bella. So I mean, that's a lot of people don't think that throwing out a wrestler name value in a battle royal or a Royal Rumble is such a big thing, but to the wrestlers, it is. Oh, she just went right to town on that camel clutch.
I am really impressed with Marashade's dominance in this match.
I'm impressed with the feisty spirit that we're getting out of oh my god, I am not on my A game. Tasha Steelz.
Tasha Steelz, yes.
She's this is what I mean by I see Jacqueline in her, because that's what Jacqueline was. She was that feisty yet tough woman.
Yeah.
With the exception of when she was with Mark Merrow, because she was that tough, like I'm gonna beat you up woman.
Yeah.
But in later years, when I thought she took the win there. I thought Mara Shade
Right.
won the match there. But no, in later years, when Jacqueline actually broke out on her own and became the baby face that we all loved her as,
Yes.
she became that scrappy, feisty woman that when she won the women's title, we loved that she did that.
Right. And see, like, it's funny because for me, like, yes, she won the women's title, but Jacqueline's WWE run for me was rather lackluster, whereas her ECW time, her TNA time was what really, for me, stole the show.
Not her time in WCW with Harlem Heat.
Oh, yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah, she was awesome there, too. Because she took over after Sensational Sherry left.
Yep.
Left. And what a fit, I gotta say. That was the perfect fit for her. And speaking of Booker T, and I kind of want your thoughts on this too, because we did watch Trick Williams in action earlier today.
Yep.
The more I watch Trick Williams, the more I see Booker T in him.
Oh, yeah, 100%.
I totally
100%.
got like in that match. I was like, it's like I was like, I'm watching Booker T 2.0 here.
Yeah. Especially when he delivers that axe kick.
Yeah.
I'm just waiting for him to actually bust out a Harlem Hangover.
And there's nothing like wrong with that because Booker was, I mean, oh geez, you might want to think about, yeah, you might want to, or maybe not. You might have the balls to take him on. Marashade standing up to this big fella here who's
Yes.
Agent Zero. His character, the foot on the ropes ref there. Okay, well that's how Tasha Steelz is taking the win there.
Yes. Tasha Steelz stealing the win.
And you cannot blame Marashade on that one because she purposely got distracted by Agent Zero.
Yes.
She didn't have to get distracted. She did that dive. She could have ran back in and,
yes. And
completed her beatdown. But right now, it looks like we may need Cardona and his boys to come out for this.
Yes, as the great hands and Tasha Steelz are.
Well, here comes Agent Zero now.
Yes.
Who, as I was trying to say before the finish happened, his character gives me the Wall vibes.
Yeah.
Remember when he was the bodyguard for Alex Wright, Berlin?
Yep.
That's the vibe I'm getting from him.
And he just laid out Marashade with a vicious clothesline, and now we are getting
the Hardys. I don't know. The Hardys look ticked. I do not like the look on Matt's face. Matt is they are not they're not happy about this situation.
No. Well, this goes back to last week when the Great Hens and Tasha Steelz were ripping on Marashade's art, which was a design of the old, of course, Hardy Boys logo.
So I'm supposing that while the Hardys are going to just be hanging out here, we might as well be waiting for Leon Slater and Cedric Alexander for the next matchup here.
Yes.
So I'm just going to go ahead and flash up our main event tonight, guys. The Hardys taking on Cedric Alexander and Leon Slater. Again, as I said earlier, totally expect high flying to its finest. But as we're in commercial here, I went to TNA merch just to see what kind of stuff they have on my phone here.
Right.
They're still selling DVDs of their pay-per-views. I was kind of surprised at that. $20. I mean, Maybe I add to my DVD collection with some of their shows.
Yeah.
I was more or less curious about the type of merch that they sell here. But they sell a little bit of everything, like shirts, backpacks. The only thing I'm not seeing is things like action figures, championship belts, that sort of thing.
Right. What I missed, though, and I mean, God rest his soul, the Don West Brown Bag Special.
It's funny you mention him because in my wrestling feeds, I usually get like the most random wrestling videos on YouTube. Today, I got that awesome promo where Don West turned on Mike Tenay. That was a hell of a promo by him. And every time that pops up in my feed, I'm like, I gotta watch it because, like, wow, he was one of my reasons actually for ordering the weekly TNA pay-per-views every week, because I loved his excitement for even the crappiest thing that happened on TV, that happened on the show. He sold it like it was the greatest thing that ever happened.
Right. Now, if you will give me a moment here while we are in commercial, it is time for that patented OMD locker room visit.
All right. And you know what? While OMD is doing his locker room visit here, once again, guys, all you've got to do is go to carlcarafel.redbubble.com. From there, you will be able to buy yourself an OMD's locker room visit t-shirt, whatever, whichever you want. You'll be able to purchase all kinds of our Turnbuckle affiliation program merch. Once again, that is carlcarafel.redbubble.com. And sorry, I'm just looking at some more of this TNA merch, and I went to obviously my favorite wrestler. I just see something that I wish I had money for. I just saw an action figure of Joe Hendry that is signed by him that I would love to have. Just checking out each wrestler's merch, because you can buy on TNA Merch's website. I'm going to flash that link up again as my cat is trying to play with me here. On the TNA Merch website, you can actually search by individual wrestler and be able to purchase whichever merch that they've got there. And there's quite a few cool things there. I'm flabbergasted actually by what I'm seeing. But what I'm also flabbergasted by what I'm seeing right now is one, Cedric Alexander making his way to the ring for this tag team match. Leon Slater should be out in just a moment. I once again 100% expect just one heck of an athletic match between these four men that are going to wrestle here. Okay, I'm not going to lie, that little bit of that opening to that Leon Slater Titantron, I got Chris Statlander vibes off of that a little bit. But here he comes, the one and only Leon Slater, making his way to the ring. He is your current TNA X Division champion. There you go.
I have returned.
OMD hath returned. I was just remarking that with Leon Slater, that opening to the Titantron for his Titantron video there,
Mm-hmm.
It gave me Chris Statlander vibes
Okay, I can see it.
because of the whole UFO coming in, and when Chris Statlander was doing that alien gimmick that she had.
Yep. The galaxy's favorite alien. Yep.
Which by the way, I love that gimmick. I kind of would like to see her do that again. It was what made her unique, in my personal opinion. Jeff, you're supposed to check your gear before you come out to the ring. He's fixing his belt there. But this is going to be Jeff is looking in tremendous shape, by the way. So is Matt.
They are. They have really, for me, because I was I've never been a huge Hardy's guy, but really since they've had this career resurgence in TNA.
Yeah. I do remember one thing, just to cut you off quickly here. When you and I watched No Mercy 99 back at the old Blue Liners, I remember you actually being impressed with that ladder match that they had with Edge and Christian.
Oh yeah. But I was never a huge Hardy's guy, and I've seen Jeff wrestle live solo.
So
I've never seen the Hardys wrestle as a tag team live, believe it or not. But
neither have I.
Where they've come from, you know, and I mean, yes, I am going to talk or just mention their demons, so to speak, but ever since they've gotten over those and they've had this career resurgence, they have been absolutely fantastic and one of the ultimate tag teams in the world.
Yes, and we've talked about like final runs in the WWE. Like Goldberg had his, John Cena's in the middle of his. Another wrestler possibly could be having his next year in Chris Jericho.
Yep.
I 100% think we could see the Hardys get a final run as well in WWE.
I do too. In fact, like when they started this crossover, one of the first things I thought was the tag team championships, whether it was NXT or TNA, that was where you start with who's going to be that first crossover champion.
Mm-hmm.
And who better than the Hardys for that role?
Canyon. Because who better than Canyon? Nobody.
Absolutely nobody. And the Hardys really focusing their attention on their boy Leon Slater.
And I think that's smart because they know what Leon can do. They've worked in tag team with Leon in the past. Yep. They know his moves. They should know his moves inside and out. Cedric Cedric Alexander, on the other hand, he might be the caveat in this tag team.
Yes. Although they did work with Cedric for a time in ROH.
That's right too. I forgot about that. So I was also, as we're watching this, Matt just totally impressing me right now with what he's doing right now for a gentleman at his age and how long he's been in the business. Need I remind the fans here, OMD and I have technically been watching the Hardys wrestle on WWE, TNA, ROH, AEW TV for 30 years.
A scary thought.
Yeah. Because they... one of the earliest matches I found was of Matt Hardy from 1994.
Yep.
In the WWF when he was working as a enhancement talent at the time.
Yes. And Jeff Hardy with his match on Sunday Night Heat as an underage talent.
I was just going to point out Jeff Hardy because do you remember in 95, 96, the build between Razor Ramon and Goldust to the Royal Rumble 96? There was a match Razor was having on Superstars where Goldust's usher came out and showed off like a risque picture of Goldust to try and tick Razor off. Do you want to know who he was taking on in that match? It was Jeff Hardy.
Yes, it was.
Jeff Hardy's first WWF win was over Razor Ramon by countout. because what happened was Razor had Jeff Hardy up in the Razor's Edge. He drops Jeff Hardy, jumps out of the ring, chases after the Usher, got counted out because of it.
Right.
It was Jeff Hardy.
Wow.
Razor had actually said several times that one of his favorite enhancement talent to work were the Hardy Boys
Oh yeah.
because of how small they were and how he was able to just throw them around. And that's the same thing was said a lot of the big guys working in tag team matches in the 80s with Shawn Michaels and Marty Jannetty.
Yeah.
They loved working them because they were just small guys that they could throw around and use their strength against.
Yep.
And that's as much as I've always drawn comparisons to the Rockers and the Hardy Boys, because I
Yeah.
mean, their tag team paths were kind of the same, with the exception of, well, Jeff didn't throw Matt through a barbershop window.
Right. And the Rockers never won the WWE Tag Team Championships.
They were supposed to. They were
were.
supposed to. In a match against the Hart Foundation, because I've watched this match, but they canceled that match, and it actually saved Jim Neidhart's wrestling career, by the way, because
Yes.
they were planning to release Neidhart, but they canceled the match because, and this is according to everybody backstage, the top rope broke during the match. But the real story is supposedly Vince didn't like the match, and it was actually a pretty good match.
Right.
I mean, the Hart Foundation and the Rockers, like, come on now.
Right. Sort of the beginning of that Shawn Michaels Brett rivalry.
Yeah. Now that I've got almost all the streaming services, I just need to get Paramount Plus.
Well, do it for $6.99 for 6 months.
I just might do that. Don't tempt me, because I do want to catch up on the new seasons of Beavis and Butthead.
Right.
And I actually want to check out the new seasons of South Park. And that's one thing actually that excited me with that deal that I got today. So after I made the deal and hung up with her, I went on to Disney Plus to check and see what if anything new was added there, because it's been like a
Right.
year since I used it. The new seasons of King of the Hill are there.
Nice.
The new season, so I'm gonna watch that. But another thing too is I recently was on TNA merch while you were gone there, and I was actually kind of blown away by the amount of merch that is there for each individual wrestler as well. And in digging around, I kind of realized I think I need to save myself $75. I found an autographed Joe Hendry figure that I'd like to
Nice.
buy. And then I didn't realize this too, but if you go on TNA merch, if you go under the wrestlers' names, you can pay for meet and greets with the wrestlers through the TNA merch as well.
Oh, wow.
And it'll tell you like the dates that they're for which shows they're going to be at. Like, I'm looking at Joe Hendry's right now, and they've got 2 shows coming up in Minneapolis, Minnesota, where it's from 60 to 100. So I don't know, like, if that's probably some kind of a tiered thing for the meet and greet, but I was totally amazed by that. So if by chance, like, if you guys are anywhere near like wherever TNA is going to be, go on TNA merch and look and see if there's going to be meet and greets with the wrestlers there. And if you've got the dollars, I promise you guys, spend the money and meet the wrestler, because it legitimately is a once in a lifetime opportunity.
It is. I know I've had the opportunity a number of years ago, a little over a decade ago. Carl Carafel and I went to an Impact house show.
Mm-hmm.
And it was Impact Wrestling at the time. our main event was Jeff Hardy versus Devon, brother Devon, inside a steel cage for the title.
I can actually believe that because that would have been around the time that everybody thought he was the leader of Aces and Eights, right?
Yeah.
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 I can believe that he got that title shot.
We also got to see James Storm versus Bobby Roode.
I like that feud, but I like them better as a tag team. 100% when Bobby Roode came to the WWE and then James Storm came a little bit afterwards for that one match. Yep. I wanted a reuniting of Beer Money in NXT.
I know, right? And I'm trying to remember. Trying to remember all of the matches. I know we had Velvet Sky, Madison Rayne, and Tara all involved in a match. It was a women's tag. I can't remember if it was a 6-woman, but I had the opportunity. I got to meet the Hebners.
Earl and Dave, or Earl and his son?
Earl and Brian, his son.
Yeah.
I met Brooke Tessmacher.
But somebody's middle parts are meeting the top rope right now.
Yes. If I would have had the money, they had an opportunity to buy. If you bought the World Heavyweight Championship replica, you got to go into the steel cage after the show for a photo op with Jeff Hardy. Had we been smart and paid for it, Carl and I could have paid $50 to go backstage at intermission to meet some of the superstars, including James Storm, Bobby Roode, Ken Anderson, Austin Aries.
What's Leon looking for here?
Well, he was looking for his 450 Swanton.
And Matt was looking for the twist of fate, but okay, I thought Leon was going to get it. Who's going to get the twist of fate? Oh, there we go. Oh, okay, that was impressive. Leon knew what was up there.
I also got to meet the legend Abyss, although he was doing his Joseph Park gimmick at the time.
Well, I think Leon's looking for his 450 now. Oh, Cedric Alexander with the blind tag. I don't know if you caught that.
I did.
I love this camera shot. Jeff was still prepared for it. We talked about wily veterans. I mean, Jeff is one of them.
Yep.
But Cedric is now the legal man. And I was going to say, I'm not sure if Jeff knows, but I think he does. Well, he does now.
And I'm really liking Cedric Alexander away from WWE because he's being given the opportunity more.
Yeah, and I've said this about several wrestlers who have left WWE. Cedric could very well be one of those guys who's getting these big opportunities in TNA and other promotions. It wouldn't surprise me if let's say 2 years down the road, 2-3 years down the road, if WWE calls upon him to come back.
Right.
And the Hardys taking the win on this one here.
Yes, they do.
And here's the thing. I didn't even see the pinfall. All I saw was the fans doing the Hardy Boy dance. Sorry, that's Pepper coughing up a hairball right now.
I know. I was going to say I can hear her like... And the Hardys, as you see, do carry 2 sets of tag titles, one set being the TNA Tag Team Championships, the other being the 4th rope. tag team championships.
Okay, I'm gonna have to look up Fourth Row at some point.
I believe it was Slammiversary. They had a 6-man tag with Fourth Rope against 3 members. Oh, against Mance Warner, Steve Macklin, and Jake something. And Fourth Rope had their representatives, Enzo,
Uh-huh.
their world heavyweight champion, one Zilla Fatu.
Oh, I saw that match. I saw that one.
And I can't remember who the third man was. And we're getting Trick Williams again?
Yeah, what's this about? I thought this was going to be the end of the show here.
So did I, but I am intrigued.
But we got Train Gold, our Train God, coming in saying Logan Paul is the best wrestler in the world right now. Let's agree to disagree on that one. Logan Paul is good, but he's not the best in the world.
No, he is not the best in the world, but Train God, I have gone on record. Mr. Best has tried to put me in timeout for this, but I will say this. Logan Paul is still 100% better than The Rock, both in the ring and on the mic.
I'm kind of making a turn on that right now, kind of. But I still don't like despise The Rock or hate anything he's done. Because I do find myself when I go back and I watch like a Raw from the Attitude Era and I'm like, oh, The Rock's coming out. I still find myself being enthralled by what he has to say or what he's going to do. And if I may be so bold, I actually did enjoy his Young Rock TV show.
Okay.
Mostly because I enjoyed the fact that it was a biographical look at The Rock's life in a comedic fashion.
Yes.
I do still question a lot of the costume choices. Like the guy who they had play Triple H didn't really look like Triple H.
Right.
But it's neither here nor there. It was I enjoyed the show, so.
Right. And I remember it was, I want to say Boy Meets World, where The Rock came out portraying his dad.
That 70s show.
That 70s show, yes.
Boy Meets World was Vader and Jake the Snake Roberts.
Yes.
Vader played one of the characters' dad. I don't know too much about Boy Meets World, but I know that he played one of the characters' dad on the show.
Yes, he played one of the 3 bullies.
Yeah. This is where Carl Carefeld could come in and give us the information because I know he's a huge fan of that show.
Yes.
My light just quit on me. Oh, there it goes.
Uh-oh. The lights are out and there's nobody home.
It's lucky I'm getting paid tomorrow, so.
Right?
Although, unfortunately, I don't know if I'm going anywhere near Canadian Tire.
Right.
October, Lowell. Dude, let's move to Lowell because it seems like they're getting a lot of wrestling events these days.
Right? Heat Wave, Bound for Glory. You know, we see this, and I want to suggest something. Can NXT do Halloween Havoc in Salem, Massachusetts?
That would be cool. There we go. I just had to tweak around the wires a little bit. I can make my way to Canadian Tire at some point tomorrow to get a new light. I'm actually surprised, and I don't know if TNA actually does this, but do they not sometimes announce what to expect for matches next week?
Yes, which is actually, I think, what they just did there.
Oh, I didn't hear it. All I saw was highlights.
Yes. Plus, you will see it during their
Oh,
commercials during the week on Sportsnet 360 as we are watching it.
so this must be Trick's lawyer coming out right now.
Yes.
And I'm actually not watching on 360. I'm watching on the Sportsnet app
Oh, okay.
because I don't have 360.
All right. Well, Trick has the mic. Let's listen in.
Okay, so there you have it. Trick Williams will be defending his title at Bound for Glory. I didn't catch if Santino mentioned who, but I'm supposing in the coming weeks we are going to find out who that will be. I'm going to go out on a limb and say it's going to be Mike Santana.
That is exactly who Trick was mentioning throughout his promo. So it will be Mike Santana.
Yeah. But I get a feeling Santino is going to be like, let's do something to make you earn it. And then Santana is going to win it. But that brings us to the end here for Brace for Impact. OMD, what do you say we give out them all socials there?
Let's do it.
And let me know what you think about the show as well as you hand out your social.
Fantastic show. Like I said, when I came in, and I know I do the run in here on Brace for Impact, to get Trick Williams in our opening match with AJ Francis versus Mike Santana and Steve Macklin. I'm going to guess that's what opened the show. It was just
the
this
entire
show
match. Yeah.
delivered. Again, TNA, total nonstop action. This show, there really was no lull. For me, I think the biggest drawback was the fact that Ash by Elegance didn't come out to the ring with the Knockouts Championship to celebrate.
No, it was just some sort of backstage thing.
Yeah. But fantastic show. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are looking for me, Linktree, linktr.ee/OMD show. If you're looking for me visually, right back here tomorrow night with Mr. Best for the SmackDown security detail. You, Mr. Best.
Yeah. You know, for my second time hosting this show, or well, actually full on hosting, because last time I did it, I was more or less the co-host. Thank you, Bubba, for giving me this opportunity. Thank you, OMD, for joining me. But for this show, I was looking forward to the Iconics, the inspiration match, and they did not disappoint, and I want more of that.
Right.
So and we talked about the idea of them possibly taking on Charlotte and Alexa over on the WWE side, and I wouldn't mind if that happened. And I'm looking forward to more of what we can see out of the Knockouts tag team division in the coming weeks.
Yeah.
But if you want to find me at my you can.
It seems as though Mr. Best is lagging, so if you are looking for him, ladies and gentlemen, you can find him at his Linktree, linktr.ee/Chris_best83. With that being said, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for us to bid you a fond adieu. So, ladies and gentlemen, please remember, the world is better with you in it. From all of us here at the Turnbuckle Affiliation Program and Turnbuckle Studios, to those of you out there wherever you are, good night, good luck, we out.
Today is here and it's going down. Racing silence with a thunderous sound. Bubba, Duke, Ghetto, and D call the shots. Bursting action just like me.